Welcome back to Broke Ass EDC. Got a little something different here. Defcon Jungle Knife, the JK series from Defcon, with the fulcrum leverage lock. Something a little bit different, man. This one definitely, I think 40 something bucks. Little flipper action, 14C. What y'all, here, give you the specs. It's 4.8 inches closed, 3.20 inch satin finish, 14C blade. Got a little flat grind action on it, drop point. Carbon fiber on top of the G10. Little back spacer with the integrated lanyard hole and the fulcrum lock, which is a push button on the pivot. Now, I was a little slow to get this. I've had this knife for a minute and was trying to decide how I wanted to go about doing the review because I like the lock, but the first thing out of the box, I flipped it and it didn't lock very well, which made me a little nervous about it because, and right there, see, if you don't get a good solid pop on it, it does not lock. It makes a sound, but but if you give it a good pop and it's extended, the liner in there, once it locks, it's good. So I wanted to just make sure I hit that point of it, because you've got to throw a little wrist in it and whip it, and once she's locked out, it's good. But that pre-lock kind of had me a little nervous about it at first. So I wanted to work through that and figure out how I was going to display that to it. But for a $50 knife with 14C, it's got a great edge. Very useful mechanism. And maybe if you took it apart and a little tuning, it might lock up better, but I'm trying to decide whether I wanted to do that. All 4 fingers on it, good and solid, nice jimping for that grip. In the mashed up Gorilla Grip, you can feel that upswept, bent part of the clip a little bit of a hot spot, nothing crazy bad. Hardware, yeah, I mean, it's pretty solid, not over the top. Holding the trim ring in here. The clip is reversible. It's a steel flat folded piece, so the clip is so-so, but it is pretty good in and out of the pocket. But it will ambo. Then you have the rear flipper and a front flipper, or a top flip, or you just push the button to release it. You can also flick it, wrist flick it pretty easily. Nice and centered. Pretty tickled with the Defcon. It just made me a little nervous at first, because first thing out of the box, because it almost has 0 detent. And it didn't lock up good like I was showing there. And that just made me nervous about it. But, you know, a little bit more trust developed with it once you get that nice pop. And you know, throw a little wrist behind it, you get that solid lockup then. Very neat mechanism, something new, a little bit different. First of the Defcon, I mean, it is riding on cage bearings. And there are some upgraded versions of this knife, but I wanted to check out one of the entry level at first. I picked this one up on White Mountain when they dropped. This is the 14C version, so it come in at like $50. You can get up into the M390 version with the titanium handles for like $150. I think it's like $44.99. You throw in the code, knock off $4 or $5. You can also, and I mean, I'm pretty happy with the 14C. I mean, you could definitely step up into the nicer steel, which kind of I would like to see if the lockup is a little bit better and feel is on the titanium one. But for a $50 beater with a nice mechanism, something new, there is a little stick there. See here? So I think there's some room for improvement on this. It might break in a little bit better. But $50, I think it's a good solid piece for in that price range. What do you think of the new fulcrum lock, pivot lock that seems to be coming out? I think Vosteed's got one. Some others. I guess the Truffle was the first, maybe. What's your ideas on it? Like it? Because it's pretty much, this one is like a line lock. Is what it is. You know, with a push button release. Capture that there for you. Thoughts on that? Because I mean, telling you, no detent, so be ready for that. Hit that like button, subscribe, check out the old Knifeaholics. Y'all, stay sharp, stay safe.